What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be setting the C-clip eliminators up for this axle. In the last episode we finished off with getting that center section put back in, and it's set up decent, looks good. I do need to torque those caps. I did forget to do that, so I'll go in there and torque those. I was trying to put these axles in the other day, and I realized I'm an idiot. Remember, guys, this is the first time I've ever done this stuff. I've watched a bunch of videos, read directions and stuff, but it's been a minute since I did, and it slipped my mind that you have to cut this part of the axle off whenever you do C-clip eliminators. You got to cut it off right where you see that taper down. You got to cut it off right there. I forgot about that. I was trying to put this axle in, and I was like, why in the world will it not go all the way in? And you see that little groove there? That's where that little piece that sticks out, that's where that'll sit in. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to get these, dang, I forgot to take these axles with me. I meant to take these axles with me and get some nuts for these deals. They didn't, whenever I got these axles, it didn't have no nuts with them. And the easiest way for me to do it is just take it with me, and I forgot. So I will be making another trip to the hardware store. But first things first, we're going to get these cut off. I'm just going to use a cutting wheel on my grinder. Get both sides cut off. And you also take the bearing out. So I have to figure out how to get that bearing out of there, because with the C-clip eliminators, there is a bearing. See how this spins? There is a bearing on the internal side of this, so we don't need the bearing on the inside of the axle here anymore. But I'm gonna set this thing up on a time lapse, and I'm gonna get to cutting. As you can see, oh, still got that lip all the way around. Got it out. Cut the where's it at? Cut the end off. Pulled the bearings out. I did go get a bearing puller. I tried to pull it out a different way and it wasn't coming, so I went and rented that puller. Got this side, as you can see. There's the lip still on there. I'm gonna go around and clean it up a little bit, knock all the edges off. So there's no sharp edges. Now that I have this done, I might as well show you. I got the axle sitting here. Oh, I forgot to put a rag in that other side, so now I'm gonna have to go over there and clean it up. But, so, here is the spool. Stick that up in there. Or I say spool, the axle with the spool. Can't believe I'm getting this on here with one hand. Turn it around. Let me set this thing up. I can't get it with one hand. Alright, let's see if I can get this thing pushed in now. That's probably the issue. Put this jet stand over it. I am not a very smart man, but with that being all the way that far in, at least, I should be in the splines down there. So I'm starting to wonder if these axles have been shortened, or if these axles are for a rear end that has been shortened. Now I'm going to pull it out and compare it to my factory link axles I have over there. So give me a second and let's see. F me. The whole reason I was doing it this way was because I was given these axles. I sold a set of 5 lug wheels, double bead locks that would have went on this car. I shouldn't have sold them, but I sold them to a person that needed them. And now I find out that these axles I got are shortened. Ugh! That really sucks. I went ahead and put the axle on the other end and checked to see if the axles are different lengths, and they're not. So now I'm at a dilemma. I'm pretty aggravated. That's why I keep pausing the camera. I was doing it this way, like I said, because those axles were given to me. That's the reason I kept the 4 lug. That's the only reason I sold the 5 lug double bead lock wheels I had. Now I honestly don't know what my next step's going to be. I honestly don't. I don't really. I was planning on ordering the front end tube kit, but I want to get this rear end done first. I want to go 5 lug if I'm going to buy axles. But now it's, do I order stock length axles with C-clip eliminators for this? Or do I cut these ends off now and go ahead and put 9-inch ends on it? Money pit. It's a money pit. Everything to do with the race car is a freaking money pit. I thought I got a decent deal, which I did on these. The way I barely had any money into this, the axle and spool. I got the axles free, and I paid like $150, I think, for that spool. And then I just put brand new bearings on that spool. So let me know what y'all think. I'm at a stopping point on this. I was planning on cleaning the whole rear end and painting it today, but now I don't know what I'm gonna do with the axles. If I'm gonna cut the axle tubes and put 9-inch ends on. If I'm gonna order some axles with the C-clip eliminators. And then that's another thing I need to think about. If I'm going to order the axles and all now, I might as well go ahead and order a 35 spline spool and 35 spline axles. There's no, I would be dumb to order axles for this spool and then say the first outing I go to, I break an axle and wish I would have went 35 spline to begin with. So I'm going to end this video off there. Sorry, it kind of sucked. I did get those ends cut off. So if you are doing C-clip eliminators, I think the easiest way to cut those ends off is on the grinder with the cutoff wheel. You can't tell in the time lapse probably, but it literally took me like 3 or 4 minutes each side, maybe even less than that. I was taking my time making sure I cut that perfectly straight. And it is cut perfect, but we'll see if I wasted my time on that or not. So, like always, comment, like, subscribe. We'll see you in the next one.